99% of you should just buy the S&P 500. 90% of the population should buy the S&P 500. 99% of the YouTube population. Why? Well, because the YouTube population is fucking stupid, dumb as dog shit. Generally speaking. Not every single person, obviously. But we're talking about the dumbest platform, the dumbest people. And that's why the scammers love it. That's why they're all on ScamTube. Because of the dummies. And the dummies don't realize they're dummies. That's the scary thing. And you got a lot of Dunning-Kruger people that really think they know what's going on. And they're so stupid, they're so ignorant, they don't realize how incompetent they are. Okay. So let me just go ahead and say, folks, let me give you a learning point here. A couple of learning points maybe. Okay. And I know this because, look, I've been on the other side of the fence. When you are a retail investor, a normal investor, you don't know anything really. And I'm telling you, buy the index. You're not going to ever beat the index. Write it the fuck down. You're not going to. And by the time you fucking figure it out, it's going to be 10, 20 years. And you're going to want to go back in time and say, gee, I wish I'd listened to that guy Stathis. He wasn't trying to sell me anything. He was just trying to fucking help me. Because I would have made a whole lot more money if I had listened to Stathis, the world's best investment analyst. Fact, write it the fuck down. And anybody out there, anyone like legitimate, credible, who wants to challenge me on that claim, I guess there's no way to really prove it. There's no like set answer. But we can have a panel that decides, right? And I'll even donate $50,000 to charity for such a debate. Okay? If I lose. It's important to know who you're listening to, folks. That says it all. That's the key. Who are you listening to? And people don't acknowledge that anymore. They acknowledged that before the internet decades ago. People were smarter. Let me give you a couple of lessons here. When you're a retail investor, here's the biggest trap. This might be the most valuable lesson that you're going to learn from me. If you really think about it and if you apply it to your life. When you're and folks, I know your psychology. I know investor psychology. I managed hundreds of individual accounts when I worked on Wall Street. I dealt with retail people. I know what they're thinking, how they're thinking. And I know the media. I know all this stuff. That's why I'm the best positioned to guide you. And it's quite simple. Buy the S&P index fund and forget about it. Okay? You're thinking that you're going to get an edge. You're going to get rich. Now, you're going to lose all your money. You say, well, I want to take a chance. I want to gamble. You're going to lose it all. Okay? You're going to spend 20, 30, 40, maybe 50,000 hours of your life. Do the fucking math right now. Consuming financial content. The vast majority, if not all, of which is useless trash and disinformation. And you're going to spend also time thinking that you're going to analyze stocks. All that wasted time. And you're never going to come close to beating the S&P. Okay? And you're talking years of your life you wasted for bad performance. Take that time and apply it to your life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Maybe start a new business, get educated, and continue your education, whatever. This whole scam is to get you, folks, think about it. You've got a multi-billion-dollar industry, the financial media, of which ScamTube is now part of. And they're all trying to convince you that, Dad, this guy's great and this and that. Why do you think I go over all these fucking con artists and broken clocks? I've exposed all their track records over the years, nearly 20 years now. Jeremy Grantham, Peter Schiff, Harry Dent, Jim Rogers, Mark Faber, so on and so forth. These are the experts, they're telling you. Right? Michael Burry, fucking money. Folks, this whole industry is designed to get you to think that you're going to make money. You're going to get an advantage if you listen to CNBC, if you watch some fucking scammer on YouTube pump something. It's all about advertisements, ad-based content. You fucking get it now? Ad-based content is a scam designed to fuck you. It's a complete lie. You see? It's a lie. Why do you think the media crime bosses got that? I mean, folks, wake up. You see what's going on? Communications Decency Act, Section 230. Why do you think that was passed decades ago? To allow these media companies to have basically no liability when all the fucking scams and fraudsters are posting on their sites. They can't get sued, the media companies. Well, who do you think are the big judges and the big guys in the legal system determining these laws? It's their buddies. Got it? Got it? Just like Wall Street. Why do you think it's rare for these criminals to go to prison? Take a look who runs the regulatory agencies. Got it? Got it? Can't talk about it, though. Can't talk about it. This is important shit. It explains everything. Explains why. You know, folks, this, you take a look at the big picture and you're going to see why all this shit's going on. You're going to take a look and see why all these problems are going on in your country in the West. Okay? I can't even talk about it. I covered on my website. I spend 90% of my time that I devote, aside from my leisure, because I am kind of semi-retired, 90% of my time I devote, and I have for nearly 20 years, towards exposing, and I'm talking 90% of the time I spend 10% on my research. The vast majority of my time I spend doing this shit, telling you what's going on in the world, exposing the scammers. I don't get a penny for that. You think I give a fuck? When you are a retail investor, you don't really know what's going on. You may have heard of a stock here and a stock there and so forth, but you don't really have a good understanding of what's available in the market. So you're going to be more likely to latch on to some company that you're hearing things about, you're reading things about. Wow, this company seems to be doing good and the stock's going up. Because you don't have a good assessment of all the available investment candidates out there. So you're going to tend to latch on to stocks that are promoted a lot more. And I bring this up because Palantir is a great example of that. Now, I don't know much about the company. Folks, I'm a very experienced professional analyst, and I know I've learned one thing over my career, and that is certain stocks to stay away from. There's certain red flags. And what I mean by that is, first of all, I stay away from stocks that are manipulated. Okay? Why? In fact, there have been great stocks that I've removed from my recommended list in the research. In fact, a great example was Netflix, which for years was manipulated by Whitney Tilson, the fucking scam artist. He was going to CNBC telling how he's shorting the stock, blew up in his face, caused him to shut down his hedge fund eventually, thank God. But for the longest time, I didn't have it on my recommended list, even though I recommended in my 2008 book and put a case study there showing how Blockbuster was finished, short that stock, and go long Netflix. I don't like manipulated stocks. You know why? Because if you have a competitive advantage, if you know what's going on. If a stock is manipulated, I can't use my competitive advantage as much, you see, because a manipulated stock is not in touch with reality. Its price, the way it trades, is more of a function of the manipulation as opposed to the inherent fundamentals of the company. You understand? So I stay away from manipulated stocks. And when you got a stock, for instance, and I've seen several of these stocks over the years, stocks that just kind of just weird. Palantir is one of those stocks. Nobody credible is behind it. It's not transparent. You got a wacko CEO who's cashed out. You have people writing in the comments, "Oh, he hasn't cashed out. He owns 3% of the stock." He sold $1 billion worth within the first 2 years of the IPO. Sorry, chump, that's fucking cashing out. To me, it seems like a gravy train set up for carp. And I mentioned Peter Thiel. Okay, some people laughed about my suggestion that they could be lovers. There's no joke about that. I'm wondering what's going on here, right? You see, Peter Thiel sold all his shares, $500 million worth, 3 years ago. Okay, this is all very strange. When you have a company that exists for the purpose serving as a gravy train for the management, that's a big problem, first and foremost. Okay. Second of all, you got a company that's being pumped almost exclusively by YouTubers, the Kathy Wood YouTube crowd. That's a big fucking red flag. Okay. That's a big red flag. So I don't know much about the company. I don't even give a shit. I just don't even want to waste my time on the company. There's too many great companies out there to look at. I could give a shit about Palantir. I just know, obviously, it's become a stock where all the dumb money is in. Okay, that's just the reality. And when dumb money hits a stock, it's not good. Just like all the dumb money hit my pick, my NVIDIA pick. I'm the king of NVIDIA, you all know. Nobody's been recommending that longer than me. And I told my subscribers, I told them what was going to happen. Now you're seeing a shakeout with NVIDIA because you get all this fucking stupid money. Tom Nash, the fraud, the parasite, of course, he only starts recommending NVIDIA a few months ago. And then immediately after he recommended it, it crashed by 25%. That's right. Take a look. See that? Make this one investment. I mean, look at this clickbait fucking con man. Who the fuck does this stuff? Who do you think he's luring the low-hanging fruit, the desperate and the dumb? Folks, let me tell you something. Even for all you dipshits out there, you brain-dead fucking losers, remember this. It's going to make you much better off in life. Anybody that ever posts anything like this, where they're trying to tell you you're going to make one investment and never work again, avoid that person. They're a con artist, a fraud. Write that down. Always avoid such a person, or it's going to be bad for your life. So notice he puts this title here. And Tom also, not only does he he re-edits his videos and hides his videos. Somebody, guys, I've done too much. I've got too much going on. You guys got to save his videos. I'm telling you, he also changes the titles. He changes the descriptions. You need to do a screenshot of each video, showing the date, showing the description, and save the video. Okay? I'm telling you, you can make a huge channel just following this guy doing that alone. He's deleted and re-edited hundreds of videos. So take a look here. He posts this clickbait title, and then he has a disclaimer. So make this one investment in 2024 and never work again. Never work again. And then below, nothing in this video constitutes tax, legal, financial. So he has a disclaimer. I mean, you can't do that. Sorry, your disclaimer doesn't fucking work. Doesn't apply. This scumbag needs to be fucking sued. He needs to be taken down hard. You guys, all these fake investment gurus, make websites where people can post information on these people. Serves as a clearinghouse so the FTC can take them down. Contact the FTC. Just type it in. Actually, I'll go ahead and do the work for you here. It's quite simple. The great thing about the FTC is they have a call-in number, an 800 number that you can call in, and they take the complaint over the phone. Actually, let me see here. You see, the state attorney general's office, they don't do that. They want you to fill out a form, and it's very difficult to explain a lot of these scams. And you call in and you complain about YouTube in general as well, all the scams going on. That's what you do. So take a look. March 26th. Take a look there. March 26th. Okay. So March 26th. Buy this one stock. Everyone's going to be buying. All the idiots following this clown, they're going to buy the stock, right? Because they don't think they have to work again after that. Take a look. Take a look. March 25, March 26, $96. What happens? I mean, he's a contrarian indicator. Take a look at that. This thing falls more than 20% in less than a month. Okay? You got that? You see that? Never have to work again. Anyway, so Tom Nash is obviously a fraud. You all need to spread the word. Okay? You spread the word. You tell everybody. You go on post comments. The people are so stupid. You know, I get comments like this. Oh, he's helped me because he's recommended dollar cost averaging. What? Are you fucking stupid? You think somebody's legitimate for telling you something that fucking basic? And let me tell you, you kids out there, yeah, keep dollar cost averaging when shit goes down, because there's going to be a time. There's going to be a time where you're going to get blown the fuck out. You're going to dollar cost average your way into fucking bankruptcy. Because we haven't had the fucking blowout that's coming. We haven't had it yet. It's coming. Guaranteed it's going to come. It has to come. To wipe out all the dog shit. It's what's going to happen. You all are going to see it. I don't know when it's going to come. But it's going to come. Okay? And I'm not talking about a bear market. I'm talking about a dot-com bubble-like wipeout. And you all don't know what that is, most of you probably. You didn't live through that shit. You had, I don't know how many bear traps, like bear trap rallies you had during that period. A lot that sucked people in. A miserable period. A miserable fucking period. Okay? None of you fuckers probably have lived through a real bear market. Most of you haven't. You don't know what a fucking bear market is. You don't know what a recession is. Even the 2008 financial crisis, even that wasn't anywhere near the dot-com collapse. We got a pretty quick recovery. It wasn't certain. There was a lot of things going on for sure. But and folks, you know who you're listening to. I'm the top guy of the 2008 financial crisis. Okay? And I'm telling you, in terms of living through that period as an investor, it was nothing like the dot-com collapse. Wasn't fucking close. In terms of the uncertainty, the agony, the torture, it was much worse during the dot-com period, because the dot-com period, it was protracted. It was extended. The duration lasted. Okay? And that's why I knew. I mean, folks, you all don't even understand. Why do you think we had the financial crisis? A good part of the reason was because I sat there and saw we didn't recover from the dot-com. We never fully recovered from the dot-com collapse. That's why Greenspan lowered rates, smashed rates to it at that time was a record 1% to stimulate the real estate bubble. That's the only way we got out of that dot-com disaster. And that's, we're talking, close to 2003, almost 3 years was a disaster. That's what pumped up the economy. I wrote about all this shit. Okay. We're going to see something like the dot-com bubble at some point. And I can't wait. And you're talking about that period wipes out investors for life. They don't ever, ever want to go back to the stock market again, and they don't do it. That's how much suffering they endure, how much losses they endure. That's going to happen. It has to happen. When you have the extent of dumb money and reckless behavior that you have in the market now, it's going to happen. Guaranteed. Okay? You got a bunch of folks, let me just tell you something out there. If you've got $100,000 or more and you're too foolish to realize that you're not going to beat the S&P and you want to go at it on your own, let me give you some advice. Go to a financial advisor. Get a financial advisor. Put your money with a financial advisor. Oh, I don't want to pay the fees. You're going to lose a lot of fucking money otherwise. If you had a financial advisor, they would have told you probably to stay out of Cathie Wood's trash, or at the very least would have caused you to only invest a small amount. You have people that don't have the first idea, most basic understanding of diversification, reckless behavior, constantly going out there shorting stocks, selling puts, all this reckless behavior, like as if it's nothing. These transactions are amongst the most risky that you can do. Shorting stocks and selling puts. And you got YouTubers, these fake gurus, recommending that shit. Okay? But you got people that are so stupid. Let me go ahead and show you here, actually. And while I'm showing you this, while I'm pulling up this chart, let me go ahead and mention, because you got in the title, Fake Guru Detectives. You all know who these guys are. And you got a lot of smaller players. They're all frauds, folks. They're all frauds. They all just doing it for views. First of all, they don't go after these guys. Okay? It's softball treatment. They just put their name to get clicks, to get views. And then you got guys that want to sell ads. Show me a fake guru detective that doesn't sell ads on their channel. Okay? In fact, one of these guys are Scott Schaefer. I came across an exchange between Mr. Scott Schaefer and someone, and I'm going to show this in the future. Someone saying, well, you're talking about all this stuff, and but you're selling ads for the scammers on your channel. And Scott's like, well, I don't determine those ads. It's not me. Take it up with Google. But this person's like, but they're scam ads. You see? And there's one video he does with, I can't remember, I think some guy, and the guy's talking about how anybody could allow scam ads. And Scott kind of blows it, he kind of pushes it away. Scott knows. He knows he's making money promoting scammers. Folks, these people selling affiliate links for these trading apps, this is disgusting. You have these trading apps. You all don't understand. These trading apps are Joe Camel. They are designed to get kids to gamble, to trade frequently. These are deadly tools. And you've got these YouTubers selling affiliate links. They are doing business with the devil. They don't care. Okay? to give you an idea why there's so many scammers making so much money on YouTube, because the audience is so fucking stupid. And that's the reality. So here you have a chart. I went over this, of course, a couple of years ago. This is VOO. And I showed some people like to buy VT, and I said VT is a fucking joke. Not only because, you know, the people that promote S&P, they're the supposedly bogleheads. They're too stupid. Go on, the bogleheads are a bunch of frauds. They're a bunch of idiots and frauds. Okay? Boglehead's supposed to embrace the ideas of Jack Bogle. Jack Bogle didn't like ETFs, and he didn't like sector ETFs. He didn't like foreign stocks, none of that shit. Just buy the S&P. Okay? Let's take a look. This is it since inception. VT versus VO. VT is the world index. Take a look at the performance since 2011, looks like. So almost 15 years. 161% with VT, 400% with VO. Keep in mind, VT, 40% of VT is the S&P. So it's the S&P that's actually pumped it up to 161. Without the S&P in there, this shit would be fucking cratered. Okay? I pointed this out. I showed people the charts, and you still have people buying VT. There's dudes that fucking stupid. I even explained why this trend ain't going to change anytime soon. And not really anyone else in the world knows this but me. Because I'm the big swinging fucking dick. Okay? The time to be in emerging markets with your eyes fucking closed, right? You understand? Blindly, was after the turn of the century. Was after China entered the World Trade Organization in 2001, followed by many other countries. That was the time to be in emerging markets. After the financial crisis, things changed. They changed radically. And as I mentioned back in 2022, I said, look, if you want international emerging markets, you just buy India. That's the only fucking one. I've been in India for a long time. Okay? Once again, I'm fucking right. I'm not wrong too often, folks. I'm not perfect, but I'm not wrong too fucking often. Especially on easy calls like this. Just like I was exactly right about Alibaba. And nobody wanted to listen to me. It's all about risk. If you don't understand risk, you're out of the fucking game. That's why it's important, folks. Learn about the person that you're listening to. Learn about their credibility. Don't believe the media. The media is going to tell you all these fucking scammers are experts, and they're not experts. And they even had Charlie Munger, who should have been called out like I did. I said, look, the guy's fucking senile. His mind ain't working like it was before. And I was exactly right. And how did I know that, by the way? I mean, think about it. How can you have somebody recommending a stock during a period when clearly there's a trade issue going on? And clearly China's still locked down because of COVID, right? Not to mention the fact that the risk of delisting. And I made a video. I warned my research subscribers about Chinese stocks, was I think 2015. And I warned them that you don't really have a stock market in China. In fact, I've mentioned this before. You're not going to hear anyone else talk about this because it's kind of, I guess, in the financial world, it's not politically correct. Outside of the Western world, you really don't have many legitimate stock markets. That is, let me repeat. Most of the stock markets outside of the Western world are phony. They're fake. They're bullshit. They're bogus. Okay? Why do I say Western world? Because the Western world has rule of law. The Western world has a democratic process. The Western world, and of course, the democracy is about transparency, accountability. Whether or not Taiwan is really democratic is up for debate. Whether or not Japan is really democratic is up for debate. Whether or not South Korea is democratic is up for debate. Whether or not India is really democratic is up for debate. You all understand what I'm saying. But clearly, there's no fucking debate when you're talking about China and other countries in Asia, aside from the ones that I mentioned. Those stock markets are a fucking joke. Okay? And I've mentioned this many times in the past. Even Chinese citizens don't invest in the stock market for the most part. They don't trust it. Even they don't trust their stock market. And by the way, I'm not going to show this. actually, I am going to show this. It's interesting. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk in detail about it because you know what you can't talk about on YouTube. There's one thing you can't talk about. And you know why? You got it. You all know why. Same reason why the West is going down the fucking gutter. I'm going to show you something here. I'm not going to say anything about it. Okay, I wanted to show you guys this. It's very interesting, and I was surprised. Did you all hear about this 23andMe data breach? You all hear about this recently? There's a lawsuit. Of course, Me&23 is a fucking scam company run by the sister of the former YouTube CEO, right? I mean, folks, you see what's going on. Okay, I'm not going to get into it, but take a look at this article. Let's read a little bit of this article here. I'm not going to say anything. I was surprised to see something, to learn something from this article. So you can just read this. So the companies agreed to pay $30 million after they were hacked. They were hacked, and there were, I guess, 14,000 accounts. The ancestry data of 6.9 million profiles. Okay, take a look at this. This is the interesting part here. While 23andMe confirmed the existence of the breach in October, it did not reveal the full extent of the issue until December. A class action suit was filed in San Francisco the following month, accusing 23andMe of failure to protect users' information. It also accused 23andMe of neglecting to notify certain users that data from people with Chinese or Ashkenazi Jewish heritage appeared to be targeted in the breach. So apparently what happened was that whoever hacked this company, they got access to all these accounts, and they sold on they put it on the dark web for sale. And guess what? They only put the accounts of this group that was targeted for sale on the dark web. That's very interesting to me. It's very interesting to me. Why would a hacker group only want to sell the data from people that have Chinese ancestry and Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry? Why? What's the demand for that? Why would someone want that information? I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say what I think, but I think it's very interesting. Okay, I think I pretty much know why. If you've heard me talk about China before, if you heard me talk about Wall Street before, I know why. But I think it's shocking to me that there's apparently like a larger number of people want that information. Very strange. I thought I'd mention that. So, I mean, I don't know why they'd want that information. What are they going to do with it? I guess they want to identify people. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe it will be interesting if they identify some of those people of that industry, that ancestry. I don't know. I got a video on Jeremy coming out. This is the expose on this guy. It's a full expose. Slam dunk, by the way. Slam dunk. This guy uses subtle techniques. And let me mention something, by the way. David Jaffe. Now, let me tell you about this guy. I should do a feature on him. Maybe I will in the future. He's on the list. But I had to call him out. So here, let me give you the backstory on David Jaffe. David Jaffe posts videos. Basically, almost all his videos are supposedly going over people who, exposing gurus. So he'll tell you basically, oh, I don't think you can make money. I think they're a scam. And he's selling his own course, his stock options alerts. But I don't know, mysteriously, I never see any videos of him showing us what he's done. Okay. But here's the issue. That's a whole nother topic of discussion. I'm not going to get into that. Here's the issue. He actually says that Jeremy is not a scam. Okay. His whole thing is Jeremy's not a scam. No. David Jaffe, Jeremy is a scam. You're not credible. You're not a credible detective of these guys. I think that David Jaffe is looking at all these scammers in his perspective. In other words, David Jaffe's not qualified to be doing any of this shit, just like all these other guys. Right? His perspective is basically is an outright fraud. Well, there's different levels of fraud. Okay? There's different levels of fraud. For this person to come out and say that Jeremy's not a scam, you can watch the video. Okay? Makes this guy has no credibility. Has no credibility. And take a look at the comments. Let me show you something else. I saw another comment. Look at this. What about Tom Nash? Someone's asking about Tom Nash. My personal belief, he's quite legit. What's his comment? I haven't looked at him, but his recent videos look good. Okay? So you have, the Jeremy clan here promoting Jeremy. So why would this guy be doing this? Is he naive? Is he delusional? Or is there something else? And I think there's three possibilities, and I think it's all three. The third possibility is, think about it. If you want to lure in dipshits, you're going to be nice to a scammer who has a cult of dipshits. You got it? It's a very old ploy. This is why guys like Robert Kiyosaki will have on people like Peter Schiff, because they know, Kiyosaki knows that he's got a whole audience of dipshits that he can recruit into his fucking scams. Peter Schiff's cult. You got it? You got it? You all understand? It goes beyond making money. They're connecting with the dipshit. So now this guy has connected with the Jeremy fan base, the dumbasses. You all understand what I'm talking about. Folks, there ain't nobody out there on ScamTube that's trustworthy to call out the scammers. Nobody. First of all, you have to have a lot of expertise. Nobody has the expertise. Second of all, what's their agenda? Are they trying to lure in people to promote their shit? Are they trying to monetize your channel, right? Sell all the bullshit? Listen, if you're on YouTube, you're not going to ever be my client. No, you've disqualified yourself. I never came on YouTube. I'm world class. I'm not going to fucking cater to YouTube people. You folks, I can't help YouTube people. I don't want to try to help YouTube people. You all are in your own fucking world. Okay. So I wanted to mention that. And you got the fake gurus. Let's take a look. Let's see what Scott Schaefer's up to, because Scott's now, he got promoted by this guy, this fake attorney. What's the guy's name? Actually, let me go ahead. Legal Eagle, is that right? Legal Eagle? I call him a fake attorney. I'm sure he's an attorney, but just because, yeah, this guy, this fucking loser. Tell this guy I say he's a fucking loser.
Hey, legal eagles, I think the legal system is...
I'm me, Kevin's dad. Hey. Obviously, he has scam vibes going on. Folks, real attorneys aren't fucking on YouTube. This guy ain't making it in his fucking business, so he's trying to promote a business on YouTube. That's the reality. I say he's a fake attorney because he's not really doing fucking. If you're on YouTube making YouTube videos all the time, you're not a real attorney. Okay? He's obviously selling ads. I mean, think of it, he's selling ads for scammers, right? No, you're not a real attorney as far as I'm concerned. And this is a shill. This guy's in the circle jerk, by the way. He's in the circle jerk with all the fake gurus. Okay? He's the guy that came out and said, oh, well, the lawsuit against Nash and all these Kevin, the FTX lawsuit, didn't have any merit. That's bullshit. What are you talking about didn't have any merit? You fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You don't know what you're talking about, boy. You tell him I fucking said it. Okay? This guy promoted Scott Schaefer. Folks, all these guys are in a circle jerk. Okay? They're all in the fucking circle jerk. So Scott Schaefer, because he's got a lot of subscribers now, he can just release a stupid video and he gets ad clicks. Okay? Look, he wants to make a video. Your private information was just stolen. Okay? This is news. Why are you reporting fucking news? You got it? In this video, very fucking stupid video here.
Hey guys, I hope you...
Notice how I refuse to have these ads play. Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. So this is a joke of a video, but notice here, I posted a comment here. I guess a comment didn't make the cut. And all I said basically was, Scott, the rabbit hole goes much deeper than what you're showing. I exposed this more than 15 years ago. If you want any help, you can contact me on that. Because he didn't expose shit. All this video, I guess he didn't post my comment. That's all I put. Because all this does, he talks about pundits, political pundits, promoting gold dealers. And the gold dealer doesn't show the price on their website. So fucking what? The rabbit hole goes so fucking deep. Scott doesn't have a fucking clue. He's out of his fucking league, okay? But guess what? It's all about trying to make money selling clicks. That's what these guys do. You understand? CoffeeZilla does the same thing. When you had the banking crisis last year, CoffeeZilla makes a video explaining to everyone what it is. So think about that. How is this fucking twerp qualified to talk about that? Where did he get his information? He watched CNBC. He read articles. What expertise does he have? Nothing. But he wants to make the money. You understand, folks? I mean, you see, it's all. Look at this. He's doing. This is where Scott Schaefer gets it. He's just talking about news, right? You got it? You see that? And the problem is, CoffeeZilla is a fraud. He promoted Tom Nash. He built Tom Nash's channel. He's not going after all these guys. You understand? This guy is a piece of shit. He's a dirty rat. Okay? And he's related to all these scammers. They're all got the fucking same genetic relationship, by the way. This is not a business for me. Okay? I'm not doing professional production quality. That's what scammers do, by the way. They spend a lot of money on their production because they want to convince you with their flash. You understand? Focus on the content. Anyway, so circle jerks, folks. You got the circle jerk. You understand all these guys. Call these fuckers out. YouTube is a scam portal. Every single person monetizing on YouTube is a scammer. Write that down. Every single person who monetizes on YouTube is a scam artist. All these guys are frauds. YouTube is there's an epidemic of scammers and fraudsters on YouTube now. Waiting. The gold pump, the whole gold scene, folks, you all don't even know unless you follow my stuff. I exposed this whole thing 15 years ago with Glenn Beck and Goldline and all this shit. because it was tied into Peter Schiff and his fucking delusional nonsense. Okay? Hyperinflation and all that shit, which is impossible in America. Hyperinflation is not possible. It's impossible to occur in America. And it's funny because these gold pumping, the gold pumping horse shit out there, all these ridiculous claims. It's funny because most of the people that fall for it are Americans. So when they talk about the currency and all this stuff, it's the Americans who live in the strongest economy with the strongest currency are falling for this shit. The lines of these gold pumpers, they apply to third world destabilized nations. It doesn't apply to America. So it's funny because the idiots that fall for the gold pumpers are in America. They're the least people that need to worry about anything. That's the funny thing about it. But you're talking about all kinds of gold pumping scams. They pitch penny stocks. And a lot of this stuff is legal the way they do it. They take advantage of the stupid audience. Legal front running, I call it. It's the same with actually kind of Grant Cardone, who, in terms of his investments, I don't want to say for sure, but I would say probably everything is legal. That is to say, if you look at the contracts, the PPMs, the private placement memorandums, and other contracts, I would say everything that he does is disclosed there legally. But just because you have everything in the contracts legal doesn't mean that you're not scamming people, because you also have something called marketing fraud, marketing deception. You understand? That's where Grant Cardone is getting in trouble, or could get in trouble, is through his marketing, the way he says things. You see? So, I mean, a dumb criminal is going to run a Ponzi scheme. A smarter criminal is going to put everything in print legally, and then they're going to create deception. You see, they're going to create deception. But the fact is that you can't. That's not a pass. You can't get a pass from that. If you are marketing things with false and misleading statements, that's fraud. And that example I showed, by the way, that YouTube scam ad of Grant Cardone, he always claims that he owns $4 billion. He's a billionaire. No. You don't own. You're managing those funds. That's just one example. Okay. Meet Kevin does the same thing. Meet Kevin has become Grant Cardone. And by the way, let me just mention all these so-called fake guru detectives. How did Tom Nash start his channel? Tom Nash started his channel becoming a fake guru detective. You all know that, right? To get the audience, to get the subscribers. And then he deleted those videos and he changed himself. Many of these people do that. That's how they start. I mean, you all know. I called out this fat boy, this fat, incompetent accountant and terrible investor. I called him out. That's what he was doing at his little grifting crew. I predicted everything. I predicted it all. I saw it. I mean, folks, I've been exposing high-level scammers that are featured on mainstream media, CNBC and Barron's and Bloomberg. I expose them a long time. You think I can't detect the low-level stupidity on YouTube? Let me explain something to you about Scott Schaefer. Scott Schaefer folds like a cheap fucking suit. Scott Schaefer is a pussy. Scott Schaefer has emailed me. He knows who I am. He's emailed me. He's just as bad as all these guys as far as I'm concerned. Okay? He's a fucking grifter. He's advertising for scammers. He's a fake detective. So that's the deal with Scott Schaefer. He's a pussy. He's a big fucking pussy loser. Idiot. And here's the guy. Scott Schaefer has got Dunning-Kruger. He's such a delusional fucking idiot. He doesn't know who the fuck I am. He doesn't really understand, because his understanding of the capital markets and the investment world is fucking zero. He doesn't have a fucking clue. And let me show you something, by the way. If you look at his channel, this channel is all about exposing fake gurus, Amazon FBA scammers, market scammers. I also aim to help people learn how to correctly build wealth through the stock market and other non-scam investments. You got that? Get a little more subscribers, then he's going to become a Tom Nash. You got it? He knows nothing about the fucking stock market. Do you think he knows, like, he has an idea of who I am, my stature, my status, my accomplishments? He doesn't even know anything about the financial crisis. I'm not going to associate with anybody on YouTube. They're all fucking scammers in their own way. All of them. The fuck? People should be paying to fucking talk to me. But guess what? You got con artists out there, broken clock frauds, guys like Jim Rogers who are getting paid big money to go to conferences and blabber. Because why? Because they're playing the media game. You understand what I'm saying? They're all hat and no fucking show. You understand? I know this whole fucking deal, folks. I've lived this shit for 20 fucking years. Okay? I've had it with all this shit. You want me to name the scammers out there? The list is too long. All these guys. And guess what? They succeed because people are stupid. YouTube is the dumbest fucking audience of any platform in the world. Stupid fucking people. Really fucking stupid. That's why the scammers are on YouTube. Nicholas, why don't you ask Peter Schiff? Why don't you ask Peter Schiff to go up against me? Peter Schiff knows well who the fuck I am. I've been exposed. No one has no. Peter Schiff is afraid of me. Tell Peter Schiff to go up against me on a neutral platform. None of these motherfuckers would ever go up against me in a live neutral platform. None of them. None of them. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I'll bet anybody any amount of money. You think Harry Dent's going to go up against me? Peter Schiff, Jim Rogers? Folks, they're con artists. They don't want to be exposed. Do you understand that? Their whole money-making machine is based upon deception. Deception. Do you understand that? They don't have results. It's deception. All these motherfuckers on YouTube, it's deception. Of course, Kathy Wood is a scam artist. She's scamming people. Kathy Wood is a stock manipulator. I talked about this. She's a stock manipulator. Why do you think she buys all these small caps? She buys all these small caps. Why? Because it's easy to pump the share price up. Kathy Wood is a con artist, and I think she's a fraud. Okay? Folks, anybody in the media, promoted in the media, you really think that they're legitimate? If you do, you're naive as fuck. Anyone who's promoted in the media on a regular basis is a fraud. Write that the fuck down. Peter Schiff fears me. He's a terrible investor. He's a fucking bullshit artist. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. That's why he talks about stupid shit, nonsense, nonstop, politics and horse shit. You all don't get it. You don't understand. I've been saying this the whole time. They fear people like me. Top expert, gonna fucking smack them down. They fear the truth. You understand? Because the truth exposes them. That's why they are in their little circle jerk. They stay in their little circle jerk, their network. You understand? They're never gonna go up against someone who's an expert who's going to tell them the truth. I mean, it's that simple. None of these guys are going to do that. None of these guys. Especially Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff is the last person that's going to do that. Why? Because Peter Schiff is in the investment world. So he gets people to buy into his investments. If I expose his track record, expose his risky advice, that he preaches, his stupid claims, people aren't going to invest in his funds. Now, if it's another person, uh, let's say Patrick Bet-David. Patrick Bet-David makes money a lot of different ways, you see, but he still isn't going to. None of these guys will ever go up against me. None of them, guaranteed. Write it down. Okay, write it the fuck down, because they know I'm the big swinging dick. Okay, if you guys don't see this, you don't see. You're blind. All these people, the people, and write this down. The people with the most exposure. You show me someone legitimate. Those are the people who are the biggest frauds out there, the biggest con artists, the most exposure. Okay, why do you think they have the exposure? Right? Why do you think I have no exposure? You understand. When you understand who determines Jordan Peterson, he's a gatekeeper. He's swindling people. You understand. I already talked about Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan circle jerk. He's a kingpin of all the scammers. He promotes the scammers. He gives life to the scammers. You understand. None of these fuckers would ever go up against me. Okay? Because they know the deal. They know they're running a fucking scam. They know they're lying to people. They know they're conning people. You got it? Don't you see that? Go to every single one of these fuckers. You name them. You name it. Okay? You name it. I'm not going to talk to any fucking YouTube, people that are just YouTubers. They can go fuck themselves. They don't get to fucking talk to me. They don't get to talk to me. The fuck are they? They just want content for their fucking ad clicks. They can go fuck themselves. Okay? Alex Jones banned me. Think about that. Mr. Crybaby. Well, I'm not. He's crying how he got. Oh, he's censored and he's banned. Oh, okay. So they gave you the establishment let you mouth off for 20 years with all your bullshit, and then you finally got banned, and then you know. Meanwhile, he banned me 17 years ago. He banned me. I was supposed to be on his show. He banned me. That's right. That fraud. Why? I told the story many times. Just because I was advising people in my book to buy the gold ETFs, not gold. Because I mentioned you can trade it. You want to trade the volatility in gold, and you want to exit. You want an exit plan. You don't want to buy fucking physical gold. It's too expensive. The commissions are too expensive, and people typically don't have an exit strategy. They just buy it and sit there with it. Once he saw that in my book, he keeps delaying the interview. He basically banned me. He's a fraud. All these guys. Okay? Go to all these guys. Okay? You tell them about me. Okay? You tell them what I have to say. You tell them they're fucking fraud. Go up against me. Okay? All of them. Joe Rogan. Guaranteed, folks. There's no way they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Have you ever seen Joe Rogan have a person on his show who completely exposes him? Of course not. I mean, you understand. You got it? I told you why this Lex Friedman, you can tell this Lex Friedman as well. I'll expose him. I mean, think about it. They don't want to have that debate. You got it? Because they're scamming people. They're deceiving people. And they know they're frauds. Lex Friedman had CoffeeZilla on his show. Why? Because Lex Friedman was probably afraid that he'd be exposed as a fake guru. But he didn't realize CoffeeZilla is too stupid to know what's going on. You see? And then same thing, he put him on Joe Rogan. Same thing. You see? That's how they've established protection. You got it? But they don't realize Coffee Hill is too fucking stupid. This is a real estate guy, another failed real estate agent. Okay? I already talked about Lex Friedman. He's very suspect. The guy's a fraud. He misrepresents himself. Okay? He's obviously a cloud chasing fraud. And he's an idiot. And I question um, his academic background. Quite frankly, I believe there's something fishy about. Quite honestly, I think that he did not earn his PhD in engineering. He studied under his father, under the school of his father, who's in that department. It's very fishy to me. And the guy seems like a fucking idiot. So I already did a video on that, a live stream on that. Okay. Lex Friedman is the guy who promoted Elon Musk's full self-driving scam several years ago. Okay. He put on all these papers he wrote that were not reviewed, they were not peer reviewed, and he basically did that to get in Elon Musk's good graces. Okay. And Elon Musk went on his podcast after that. You understand? That enabled Elon Musk to make billions of dollars. You got it? You understand what's going on? Lex Friedman's a fucking fraud. He's a scam artist. He's a piece of garbage. Just like all these guys. Folks, they're all fucking trash. They're all trash. They all have their own little spin on this stuff. Remember, Joe Rogan sells nutritional supplements, which that whole industry is a fucking scam. And by the way, I got some news for you all here. I got some news for you. Grant Cardone has got a new pitch. He's teamed up with the Nigerians. And I'm going to be releasing some shit on the Nigerians. Okay? The Nigerian fucking scammers. The fake traders. Okay? Grant Cardone is really going down the wrong path now. Because he's teamed up with these cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme promoters. Let's see. Take a look. Take a look. I've already got a video made on this.
Fidelity said of their millions of accounts that they have, the average over the last 10.
So let me just go ahead and mention these guys. These guys are the Nigerian meatballs, meatheads, former football players. And their whole thing, they've been on CNBC for 25 years. Okay. And of course, why are they on CNBC? Well, folks, to get in the media, you have to have a certain background. You understand? A certain background. It's called discrimination. That's right. If you're not of that racial background, you're not in the media. Unless you are maybe representing a business that's run by that background. Okay? Their whole thing is, well, we were former floor traders. Folks, newsflash, floor traders don't know how to trade stocks. Did you know that? Floor traders don't know how to trade stocks. They don't trade stocks. Floor traders basically yell and shout, buy, They're trying to fill their book. They're not sitting there with a fucking computer looking at charts. Okay? They're just there to fill the orders of their company's book. Their company, clients are putting in orders to buy 100,000 shares of Microsoft. They're there to get those shares. You understand? They're filling the book. They're just grunting like animals. That's a floor trader, in case you all didn't know that. Okay? So that's their whole thing. Well, we're former floor traders. We're experts. No, you're not. They've never shown any evidence that they can trade for shit. Ever. But what they're doing the same media scam. Media celebrity. Media's going to tell everyone that you're experts so you can blabber, create dumb money, which increases the cost of the advertisement slots. Media makes more money because there's more idiots that blow up listening to these fake experts. So they call up the advertisers, Merrill Lynch, right? Morgan Stanley, please help me. Got it? So what these guys do, they got media celebrity status. They're experts, so they open their own business. Oh, a trading firm. Before it was a monster options. Bullshit scam. From what I saw from that, bullshit scam. People lost tons of money. Investitute was the next one. They changed the name of that after it was found out that the guy they promoted at one of their Investitute conferences, John Caruso, was a Ponzi scheme, crypto Ponzi scheme guy. Nigerians promoted this guy at their little trading conference in Las Vegas, which featured also Peter Schiff, Anthony Scaramucci, Jim Cramer, Kevin O'Leary. Anything common about those people, by the way, besides being contrarian indicators? Is there anything common you can think about? Folks, you understand? It's a big wedding. It ain't white. So once this broke the news that Nigerian was associated with, he went through his Investitute Twitter account and deleted thousands of previous tweets, changed the name of his company, and created Market Rebellion. Okay, Market Rebellion. I've noticed myself many instances of deceptive and misleading marketing, and folks, these guys don't even run the site. Basically, they're just kind of figureheads. So that's what they do. That's the media scam model. Okay, you see it all the time. That's what it is. It's a give and take. We'll promote you as an expert. You give us content, and you can start a business from this. You understand? All these guys do that. They don't have any credible experts in the media because the idea is to create dumb money. You got it? Just to create dumb money. Anytime you'll ever see anyone credible is very rare, and they're there for FaceTime. They're there for free marketing, and they're never going to help you. Okay? They're never going to help you. So take a look here. Trading for beginners. Trading is a scam. Trading is a scam. People that promote trading are scam artists. Okay? So you got Grant Cardone now. It's perfect for the Nigerians because Grant Cardone has got a cult of stupid, naive people. So now he can sell them to the Nigerian knuckleheads. He's a partner in their business now. So now Grant Cardone is getting in to the trading scam. And this is going to be really interesting now. Because I think Grant Cardone is going to get himself into some big trouble. You see? And keep in mind, Grant Cardone, you are partnering with guys who got kicked off of CNBC because of their involvement with Voyager Digital. Okay? And because they were a paid promoter for a cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme crook. Got it? Think about that. See that? What's the best way to identify credible people? Credible people aren't out there talking to you. They're not out there pitching their shit to you. Okay? You got it? They're not out there on YouTube pitching all their shit. Credible people are dealing with credible professionals. They're running a credible business. They're not out on YouTube marketing to a bunch of fucking idiots. No credible person, no credible business is on YouTube marketing, trying to get you. It's the failures that are on YouTube. The scammers and the failures are out there marketing to you. You got it? I don't know why you all think that YouTube is something fucking legitimate. It's a fucking scam portal. It's the new version of ClickBank. Okay? It's just a fact. No one credible is on YouTube pitching their shit to you. This is why you can tell. You don't even need to know anything about Ray Dalio. You can tell he's a fucking scammer. Why is Ray Dalio bending over backwards, spending a lot of money advertising his fucking videos and his bullshit on YouTube. Why? What's he doing? He's got something up his sleeve, obviously. You understand? Why is he doing this? He's not credible just for that alone. Of course, Cardone doesn't care. He's the same as all these guys. But what I'm saying is that it's a very stupid move. Okay? It's a very fucking stupid move. Because now he's really opening himself up to some potential problems. Once again, Cardone, he's got everything probably in his legal statements. Okay? But the people that invest with him, I mean, why do you think Grant Cardone is on YouTube? And Kevin Pathrath is doing the same thing as Grant Cardone. He's following Grant Cardone. He's watching him. He's copying Grant Cardone. You notice that? Grant Cardone is just taking off where Tai Lopez left off, right? He's taking over where Tai Lopez left off. It's easy to be a scammer on YouTube. It's easy. You just fucking open your mouth, blah, 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 blah. The people are that fucking stupid, and they don't realize it. Grant Cardone markets on YouTube because he can't market to normal people. Normal people are not going to invest with him once they see the terms and conditions. Okay? Once they see, but you see the stupid people who he gets off of YouTube are too dumb to really understand a PPM. They're that fucking stupid. They don't understand that he's charging them a fee every time they turn their fucking head. They don't understand that they're paying for his lavish lifestyle. If you invest with Grant Cardone, your money's going towards his fucking jet. Your money's going towards everything. That's marketing cost. That's business cost. That's the cost of doing business. You got it? How can we be discerning and wise? It's quite simple. The easiest step that you can take is to stay off of YouTube, to stay off social media, and to not use your dumb phone. That's the easiest way. Let me tell you something, and I'm going to have to leave now. It's going to be late. Let me tell you something. I ran across this guy about 4 years ago. He's about 28 years old, sitting doing nothing. And I told him, you should try and do an online business or something. There's a lot of opportunities. And he didn't know anything. And I tried to show him some things. All he knew was his phone. I said, dude, get off your phone. All you know is your phone. You look at the internet through your phone. The internet is going to be different on your laptop than on your phone to a large degree. You all know that, right? So he didn't even fucking know. He just knew. He grew up with looking at the internet through the phone. Okay? He had no fucking clue. You see? The internet's made you all fucking stupid. It's the internet that's made you stupid. You all don't get it. The internet is making people stupid. It's all about quantity of content. They're flooding you all with a bunch of shit. With a bunch of why? Because it's the ad-based model, advertisement-based model. Okay? It's the quality does not matter. It's quantity. It's the flooding approach. So you're getting bombarded with a bunch of fucking horse shit all the time. And it makes you stupid. And it misinforms you. It's going to happen to everybody. It's going to happen to everyone who engages in that behavior. It's going to fuck up your head and you're not going to see it. And I can guarantee you, as bad as ScamTube is today, it's going to be so much worse in 5 years. Because I couldn't have believed it had gotten this bad. Okay? The people are so stupid. Grant Cardone goes through, I could go through. I just now started watching his videos. I'm going to maybe start devoting more time to his tactics he uses. Very misleading, very deceptive tactics. Folks, show me how don't ever invest in a private real estate deal, ever. Go to the stock market. You've got great REITs there, real estate investment trusts. Okay? You got Starwood Trust, pays 10%. 10%. Okay? Professionally managed, big time manager. You don't want to go to this private shit, Fundrise, all that bullshit. That's all a bunch of crap. Okay? These guys can't make it to the stock market. That's why they're peddling their shit on YouTube. You got it? You want to go to professionals, high level, big swinging dicks. You understand? Go to the stock market. Public Storage, spectacular REIT. Okay? Doesn't have the dividend like that, but it's got huge growth. You don't buy no real estate deals. They're going to YouTube people because YouTube people are fucking stupid and they're lured by all these little tactics. Okay? You show me the returns of Cardone's funds. I can guarantee you they're not 10%. I can guarantee you they're not 8%. I'll guarantee you they're not 7%. They're probably not even 6%. Okay? He's making all the money through fees. All right? I mean, there's so many stocks out there. I mean, take a look. Starwood, run by Barry Sternlight, who's like one of the best real estate guys in the country. I mean, are you kidding me? Starwood, it's just one. Public Storage, PSA. Okay? I've had Starwood for years. It trades like a fucking bond. It trades like a fucking bond. See that? This is the COVID thing. There's many. Public Storage. I mean, you want big time REITs run by big time Wall Street guys. You got transparency, okay? You've got disclosure. You understand. You don't want to buy no private fucking bullshit. Look at Public Storage. This thing yields probably, well, it's gone up a lot recently. It's probably only like 3.5% or 4%. But look at the appreciation. Okay? I mean, come on. Don't ever buy a private and real estate investment. You're going to get fucked in terms of the fees you're going to pay versus what you could make in the stock market. Okay? This is just common sense. It's common sense. Okay? People market their investments on YouTube because they can't make it to the stock market. The stock market has a lot more transparency. You understand? Same with the SPACs. The SPACs, why do you think that shit was dumped onto Main Street, was dumped onto the idiots? They went that route because they couldn't do a real IPO. Why? Because IPOs are financed by institutional investors. Institutional investors aren't going to buy that dog shit, those SPACs. That's for you idiots. That's for you guys to take. And they get stuck with the fucking empty bag. You got it? Always stick with the stock market. Tommy, aren't you the guy promoting Paul, Everything Money, the fucking scam artist, the idiot fucking scam artist, the guy who claims to be a value investor, doesn't know shit about value investing, the guy that shorts stocks and day trades? That's not value investing. That's gambling. Okay? Paul is a scam artist. He's a landlord who calls himself an investment guy now.